to say a few words. I put some information out in your packet. Jennifer has been a great help on this. The city will not be hiring anyone to help in this. We have people in office. This will go through the water office. Robert Baxley and I have looked at this pretty lengthy. Spoke with Judy Munn, the Bancorp, where the account will be opened. There was some concern about insufficient checks. They will be rerouted to bill pay. That will not be out of our end of it, the city's. There is a 30-day notice on this. If we see that it's not working for the city, we'll give a 30-day notice, and that will terminate this. Jennifer and I spoke today. I talked with Susan Hayden, the lady with Check Free Pay, and I explained to her that we're in a bank building with a vault. To my knowledge, City Hall's never been broke into, and the vault never cracked to get the water department's money at night, or our computers being damaged or our equipment being stolen and you what, because there were some insurance issues. That's what I know at this point. Like I said, Robert and I have looked at it at length. We would like to try this and see if it will help generate some funds. In your handout, I gave you the number of customers. I just see it as a way to, I hope, entice people to come and help the city at no charge. There's no tax dollars. People could come by and pay their bills at City Hall as a convenience and help the city, and that cost them either. No tax dollars. They'll pay face value and help the bill. They will not be charged to us. Questions? Yes, sir.
This came up before. We had some questions about legal. Did we get all, is this all resolved now to your liking, Brian?
Well, I'm not sure how to answer that question. We have examined the contract. We have reported to the mayor, and I think he was put in your packet our concerns. My understanding is these folks have made some revisions to the contract. They haven't addressed all of our concerns, although they did address some of them, and Jennifer has gone over that in great detail. If you have any questions about specifically what they did and what they didn't do, I would defer to her.
What do they not do?
When this was last brought up to the council, the main item of concern was the risk of loss to the city, and that breaks into two categories. One is the money that you receive from the customer before you take it to the bank. The other category is once it's at the bank. It sounds like the bank is going to work with us and alleviate some of the concern for risk of loss once money gets to the bank, once it's deposited. And really what we're talking about is insufficient funds or counterfeit bills, that sort of thing. But the risk of loss before it gets to the bank, there really hasn't been anything done to alleviate that concern, and they're insistent that they're not going to accept any liability, that all of the risk of loss would be on the city. That was the big thing. The other term that caused great concern was that Check Free Pay, the company was reserving the right to unilaterally change the terms of the contract. They have backed off of that and have agreed that the terms would only be changed upon mutual agreement of the parties. Insurance, as the mayor spoke about, I believe they have verbally come to terms about insurance. That change is not in the contract, so that may be something that we talk about a little bit more with the company to make sure that change could be in the contract, so we wouldn't have a difference between the verbal agreement and the contractual written agreement.
Do you still tell me the first recommendation was not favorable from the attorney a couple of months ago? Is it now favorable? And I have one other issue, a question to ask about it.
Okay.
I mean, do you still recommend it? That's my question.
Well, I still have some of the same concern about the risk of loss to the city. And that, I mean, they have not addressed that, and right now we're sort of at an impasse, because we've asked for very little liability, on us, and they're asking for all liability to be on us, and, I don't know how much further either party would go on that issue, but that's still of great concern.
I have one other, and I highly respect the mayor and the city council for what they're trying to do, in the fact of, raising some money and, to help our bank account. But I do have some reservations about City Hall competing with our corporate citizens. And there's another corporate public business, that offers that service and has it. And I don't know, I just never got involved in something where we competed that I know of, I can recall, where we did compete with what I consider a good corporate citizen that employs people. And I don't know if this, you say it would not take another employee, would not have to employ an additional employee for the city, but I'm wondering if it would take away another employee away from the people that are now collecting. I'm concerned about competing with private corporate citizens. That's my thoughts.
Question. I'm ignorant to this fact. Yes, I don't know. Robert may be able to answer this. When we take money in, where's that cash at during the day? Do y'all instantly put it in the safe? I mean, are we like a bank and got a lot of cash sitting out up there during the day?
We actually have 3 active drawers. There's cash in there. And then when they check out every evening, we put that cash in the bank. And then some days, I don't know their sequence of it, but they do make deposits daily.
Once a day?
Once a day, and that's 4 or 5 o'clock. But, a lot of times we put, our, I'd call it seed money into the safe, but we do make deposits once a day into the bank.
So what I'm understanding is if we have all this, like a big due date where a lot of people come in and pay by cash, and heaven forbid is robbed, we'd be responsible for that money stuff. Is that correct?
Yes, the risk of loss would be on the city.
I know that's hopefully highly unlikely, but it's a concern.
If I can add to that here, I think a lot of it's like employee theft would also fall into that. But we face the same thing with the water revenues, so I trust my
Oh,
office
yeah,
clerk.
yeah, I'm not doubting that. I'm just wondering about that. And I wonder how much more a day on a busy day cash we would have.
I'm not sure.
Just so we wouldn't really know, wouldn't we?
If we see that there is a big money day, we'll get that to the bank before the day's out. But, I would add too that if something were to happen that way, we'd lose our water revenue also. I don't think they're just gonna ask for bill pay money. But, and I don't mean that wrong, I don't ever want that to happen. But, any other questions?
Well, I anticipate that it'd be or I'm asking a question, I guess when you have the first week when the bills first arrive to the customer, that'd probably be a big week, it could be. And then I would go over and say that you got lots of last minute or last day or two, payers that don't come in, so, I still don't think we have room, based on the number of people that come in, I don't know where they're gonna park them. Like I say, I reiterate again that, the question of going, competing with a private corporate citizen.
Mr. Talley?
I agree somewhat with Mr. Lewis on the water situation. How many Centerpoint, that's a lot of traffic. It's what did you say, 25%, 1,480 customers, in and out of City Hall. You won't have to have an extra person. This is strictly inside City Hall, correct?
That's
About
true.
some kind of ATM type machine or something?
They will come inside City Hall to pay.
They don't have to bother any of our City Hall employees to do it?
They walk
Once
straight,
they-
well, no, they walk to the water department, and if they're there to pay a bill, two of our ladies will be trained to handle that, and one of the two will get up and serve the customer at the counter.
How many people a day come to that counter now?
It'll vary, but our biggest days are the first and the third, so we have a lot of traffic that day, but we have inside and out, so that's our busiest days, is the first and the third, so. But at this point, we don't know how many we'll have, so it's hard to.
I've got a question. When we keep mentioning having a big day, I mean, what kind of money are we looking at? 20, 30, I mean, big business, $20,000, $30,000?
I have no idea since we've not tried this, but I'm just,
Potential, I mean, we keep saying big days, like, it's gonna be enough money to draw people to wanna rob us, and we're not talking about that much money out.
well, as I sent out in your packet, there's 12,650 Entergy customers, and I'll get this for the media if they need it later. I'm just hoping to reach 25% of them, but what I'm hoping to do is reach the very people in this room, and we probably all mail our bill in. Well, that's 44 cents that we put on a stamp that can benefit the city. And I'm not just going after City Hall or utilities, we're not just going after the people that go to Brookshire's or Walmart. I'm thinking about the very people in this room that we could help the city move forward just by, as we go downtown, stop by and pay our bill at City Hall that a lot of us never do. I mean, I've never used a bill pay, I've always mailed the bill. And I'm just going to stress to the people that this is a way to help the city. It's not gonna cost them 1 cent. Will it work? I don't know, but my job is to bring it to the table for you to make the decision, and that's what I've asked tonight. And whatever direction you wanna go is fine with me, because we brought it out and we put it out on the table. I respect your answer.
And I think it would be good to offer the citizens another option, those that are going and paying. This is free, it saves them whatever the fee is, that they pay it in contribution. And I think that's a good deal for the citizens.
And I also, as head should also around, I feel the line is so long. I believe we need something somewhere else. I think it's a good idea, because we're gonna go where we wanna go anyway. But so I can come to City Hall, I got to go other places. I think it's a good idea.
Well, this sounds crazy, but if it gets too overwhelming, I'll come back to you. I mean, if we get more traffic than we can handle, I'll come back to you. Any other comments from the council?
I have one other question.
Yes, sir.
And I know these people are doing this other places, if I understand our first conversation, the first time it's brought. So evidently, you check, and they have a pretty good record of making sure that they get these bills accredited to people's accounts, because I know with some of these pay people, there has been some instances where it wasn't taken care of properly and people got disconnect notices. But I think probably because they're doing this other places, they have a pretty good record of it.
If we have any complaints from it, it'll be because before you leave, your account will be credited before you leave City Hall.
Okay.
So there may be some fussing about waiting in line, but we're gonna make sure right then that your account's credited, because that's one thing I sure don't want my name in the paper over.
What part is free?
walk in with your
They
bill,
understand.
well, you walk in with your bill and you pay face value of the bill, the city receives 30 cents one way and 40 cents another. So it doesn't cost you anything. Bill pay pays the city for handling the bill. So where you would normally write a check and put it in the mail and put a 44-cent stamp on it, that'd save you 4 cents and give the city 40 cents that it didn't have.
But I gotta drive up here to City Hall, buy $2 worth of gasoline and pay it.
If you're not coming our way, you do, yes, sir.
Well, they're not paying $1 on top at Berkshire's, but
Brookshire's does have a charge on top of the bill, as does Walmart. That's the reason, this came to me in February, and I looked at it for a long time. There's not a free pay to the customer in the city of Magnolia. Are there any further questions?
I'm just a little concerned about competing with Berkshire or something like that. I hate business like that, and get, you sure hate to lose one of our corporate customers like ours.
We're not gonna require anybody to.
They would have their choice.
Personally, I would love to have another option. I have used, Berkshire several times. And if I could go to City Hall and pay my bill, I would love to have it. Choose it all.
And let me go along with Mr. Cheatham here. I thought about this before it came before you last time. With respect to Butchers and Walmart, they're in the grocery business and the retail business. They're not in the bill pay business. It's just an added service that they provide. This has been out there for a month. I've not heard from either one voicing an opinion. But again, I bring it to you, and you'll do with it what you see fit as council. Any other discussion? Being none, is there a motion to adopt this resolution?
I'll make a motion to adopt the resolution.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Ms. Waller, could we have a roll call vote, please?
Sam Whitelaw,
Yes.
Mike Lewis,
No.
James Moore,
Yes.
Rodney Peterson.
Yes.
Larry Talley,
No.
Marty Rice,
Yes.
Neil Cheatham,
No.
Gary Farrell.